Welcome everyone, I am Tim and this is the controller. Thanks for clicking on Fallout 4, You Only Live Once. In the last part, we did a little bit of maintenance overall on our settlement. We did fix up Hangman's Alley just a little bit, got a nice little platform and some proper beds down for our settlers and our nice little area over here for our own special tools, special gear. And today, I think it is time to start pressing on towards the main storyline. As, you know, we did have a son that was taken back in Vault 111, and we do technically need to find him. So we are going to have to head back to Diamond City and get Kellogg's key so we can open up that so we can properly make our way on over to Fort Hagen. But while we are there, I do want to do a little bit of shopping. But first, before we do that, I don't think we need Preston here anymore. I know he is doing a little bit of farming.
Do you think we're ready to retake the castle?
But yes, let's say that we're ready to retake the castle. But first, we did have a rescued kidnapped settler. We won't mention, you know, the other one that we kind of just left. But yeah, we're not talking about the one that I may have murdered.
I rescued that kidnapped settler.
So nice 240 XP.
Hey there. Do you think we're ready to retake the castle?
And now we can properly send him to go retake the castle. So when we do end up making it, Preston, that's not the way, dude. That's a brick wall. So next time that we are down that way, we can do that nice castle quest with Preston. Arturo is always my first stop when I want to do a little wheeling and dealing in Diamond City, and he did happen to be carrying a marksman 50 cal sniper rifle. Now that 50 cal receiver, that could be very handy for if I ever do want to get just a little bit more base power off of my freezing sniper rifle. This is a mod ready to go. We can just take that off and slap it on our gun. It does have the long light barrel, but so does ours. But it does also have a marksman stock, which that might be worthwhile to pick up too. So I think we are going to pick that up. And for right now, since we are down to just 111 shots of the 308, I'm going to clean him out of what he has for 42 and, you know, just sell off some other ammo and food and other junk and clear him out of caps. So that is sitting good. Don't really need to talk to Myrna right now, as I do want to do a little bit of crafting on our armor. And the piece that I'm looking at is this cunning combat armor right arm. So before we go too crazy, I had down in my notes wrong. I brought the wrong stuff. I brought cork and everything for that. So, you know, that's unfortunate. I can make that ultralight. So I think we will just go ahead and we'll do that. So unfortunately, we can't actually boost up the base damage, which I would actually like to get that to shadowed. So Myrna might have 2 leather, 2 oil, and 2 steel. Let's go ahead and give her a go. And Myrna had what we needed to, and we can also basically clear her out of caps. So things are looking a lot better. So now we should be able to go into this and throw on our shadowed combat armor now. And getting a little bit more stealth and just very, very slight ballistic and energy improvement. You know, not the worst thing in the world. Just make sure that, you know, we take everything out of the workbench and we are good. So now, since it is daytime, I know we had tried once before to get the key to Kellogg's house, but I think Nick is probably over there still trying to tinker with it. You know, it's only been a few days. I'm sure security never made it over to him. I'm sure he's fine. Well, now that it is daytime and did talk to Nick, now hopefully we can do a little persuading to Geneva.
Members of the press. Did you need help? Well, you do seem like a sweet guy. Your son's lucky he has a father like you.
You read that article?
So there we go.
Damn
Don't
sense to
even
me
need to
anyway.
bribe Geneva. Don't need to try to do anything too crazy with a tough speech check. So, got the key. Now we can go meet up with Nick right on down there. Here we go. We have gained access to Kellogg's house. And Nick will say, oh, it seems small, right? Find a way to get in. How about the button that's under the desk that, has a power cord leading to it? Nick's not that great of a detective overall. That's why we have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. But we can go ahead, loot this place, dry, ooh, corn. That's good. Handcuffs, probably, to keep, the boy in line. But then a nice little special stash area, which of course there is a lot of good loot here with the nuclear quantum. Can sell those, all that good stuff. A Molotov cocktail, we might actually need that as well. And of course, he has the specific brand.
Nick.
And with those special cigars, we think that we can use dog meat, and dog meat just randomly knows that we are going to need him. So he's just going to teleport us to us right outside as soon as we leave, which he is a good boy. And who is a good boy? Dog meat's a good boy.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy. Take me to him, boy. Take me to Sean.
And getting a clue is complete, and now we officially technically have to follow dog meat on over to Fort Hagen. But since we do know the way, even though the game wants you to go that way, they like to go kind of a roundabout, dangerous way. They kind of do that with Old Longfellow in Far Harbor, and anytime it's like a follow quest, they want to encourage you to fight, maybe adventure a little bit, find more stuff in the game. So I get it, but we are not going to be doing that. I did finish looting Kellogg's house, so just gonna swing by Hangman's Alley and take care of all of that and do some nice inventory management. And now that we are back at Hangman's Alley, things are looking good for inventory. And I am actually thinking, I'm not tired yet, but if I have any adrenaline, it is going to be virtually nothing. And if we can get well rested and go to nighttime, that will be a lot better for sneaking around. It'll probably be day by the time we actually make it to Fort Hagen. But, we'll sleep now, and maybe, just maybe, we will luck out and one of our diseases will be gone. Well, good job, Abernathy Farm. That turret we put on must have really helped out because they were able to defend successfully. So that is really good. So, can just get a little bit of water, get properly hydrated, and we can go ahead and eat. That looks better. Unfortunately, nothing actually changed for our diseases because, why would it? Why would it? That would not be a true you only live once playthrough if, you didn't have a disease for forever. So, if you were able to stick around this long, now is the time where we get to have some serious fun. Got some raiders dead ahead, and shoot that scaver in the back. Back off just a little bit. 31%. He's not looking my way. He has no idea where I am at. And nice little idiot savant for a level up. And what is up ahead there? That looks like, not actually sure. VATS is not detecting, but, that is quite all right. So, as we go about to Fort Hagen, I'm going to want to be able to build up adrenaline on the way. So I have a very specific route in mind, and that is also going to make it to where hopefully we can actually find another decent legendary. We are just rocking this main freezing and just a basic combat rifle. I think we can do a lot better than that, and it would be really nice to, last minute before going to deal with Kellogg, if we just get a little bit more firepower output. Our armor is looking pretty decent, all things considered. Just scavenger. Those typically don't ever spawn as legendary, so I don't think we have to worry about that. So we can go to Oberland, and then I want to swing on through into Forest Marsh and take on some more of those ghouls that are there. As we swing through Oberland, you know, it's nice to have a little turret there, a little extra warning that's set up strictly on defense. And yeah, we're just going to go the same way that we had done before. Go to that little tower there. We'll be able to overlook the random spawn, see what's going on. And if you stuck around this far, I don't typically do this, but if you want to hit the like and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. So that way you can get more just nonsense of where, you know, we just leveled up. Let's actually use that perk. Maybe there will be something decent that we can pick up. And we have been talking about this a little bit. There's not really a ton going right now that's really pressing. So may as well go ahead, take the second rank of Adamantium Skeleton just as a little extra reserve. Our limbs haven't been hurt too bad, but you know, limb damage being reduced by 60%, yeah, we'll take that. And Ninja is only one more rank away where we can take that to do 3.5. So that is going to be next. But now we can start doing a little bit of mayhem, and maybe we'll have a legendary in the random spawn. I would not turn that down in the slightest. And nothing. Okay. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but you know, it is what it is. That does at least mean safe passage through here. We do not have to worry about taking any damage at this point. And now we are super close to Forest Marsh, so we can start taking on some ghouls. Now, I'm not expecting there to be any legendaries here. For whatever reason, even though there are a ton of ghouls and you haven't made it to this place until after level 6, which is when legendary enemies can start spawning in, I typically don't ever see any legendaries here, which I'm not sure why that is. It's probably hard-coded in some way, shape, or form, you know? But I guess it is what it is. Maybe we will luck out just a little bit and... Oh, lost sight of him off of Vats. Ideally, I would like to be up here having only one way for them to come up, which would be that ladder. But you don't actually trigger the ghouls to come out to play until you get a little bit closer to the center, which I was kind of surprised to see that there was a ghoul over that way. So we got the Molotov. Let's just chuck it. That had to have been close to where the ghoul was. So that did not trigger. So we are going to go back to just normal grenades, just so I have less chance of blowing myself up. Even though I do have dense armor, it's not really worth it. So I'm not sure where I actually want to be located. Again, up top there is the ideal location, but you don't actually trigger the ghouls yet. You can see the brackets are shifting quite a bit, and eventually they might, you know, come out to play, but they aren't yet. So I do know that they'll start coming out by the time you get over to this middle platform, but then you're going to have to deal with, I think, 1 and 2, and they, you know, they can climb up there for 3 different ways to get you. And you know, believe it or not, 3 is not as good as 1. At least not in this manner of speaking. No, we were this way before. Maybe we can activate them. Looks like they're getting activated. Okay, let's actually just kind of run back to our... I say run back. I don't want to fall down and get swarmed. Let's just make our way on over to our little sniping point. And hopefully that with them being active, we can... Yeah, like there's a stalker up there somewhere. Let's get a little bit of attention for him. One way out yonder. That stalker, yeah, 67%. We can take a few pot shots at 67. If, you know, one of them actually hits. Maybe we do want to... This gun's not going to be as good. Okay, don't want to move actually anymore. They're running around. Okay, you seem stationary. We'll take you out manually. And... Another stalker. Not a good VAT shot, though. And back to hidden. A little on the disappointing side. Oh, although he's... Well, there's a couple of them. And... Oh, I guess we are full up on crits. So we don't actually need to build up a critical, which is another... This is another good way. But 70% chance. I am not that good manually shooting on the go. If they're stationary, you know, I might be able to hit them more times than not. Is that a ghoul head sticking out there? I think it is. Yes, yes it is. So that got somebody aware. And there are just a lot of ghouls in this. Ooh, there we go. Right down below. A lot of ghouls in this neck of the woods. No, no, no. You're not going to be able to run away. Shoot you in the back. And back to hidden again. And right back into caution. This is what I want. This is exactly what I want. I don't know if I'll go around and loot all these bodies. You know, if there's a legendary, I absolutely will. But you're going to come into a good shot here. 52, 69. All right. And just, Tim, how about you just proceed to miss every single one? And yeah, I'm going to miss that shot because, of course, I am. You are, like, right below me. I don't know the angle on this. It's going to work out. And I don't want to waste a crit on just a basic ghoul. Yeah, that's definitely hitting something. But again, the only way to me should be up that stairs. I prefer... Oh, you moved, you potlicker. Yep, there he comes. Perfect. So this is what I'm talking about. Only one way up just happened to be right there. That's what you want. And as I was saying, this is all... The main thing that I'm here for is just adrenaline. Ghouls are a good source of adrenaline. They're relatively easy to take down. And we should probably reload our sniper rifle too. And we've got one way over there. And okay, take him down. That was just a stalker, I do believe. And oh, well, hello there. Nice of you to come say hi. Ghouls might have a little bit of caps or some duct tape, you know, junk items, which is always good to grab. But overall, it's not super imperative to actually grab them all. And I know the brackets are still shifting, but I'm actually starting to feel halfway decent to where we can actually advance our way in just a little bit further. Stay on the high ground, of course, to hopefully make it a little harder for them to sneak up on me. But we can just keep moseying our way back across. I know there was some more further down, and if we just make it across here. Oh, there's one. Just a roamer. Hung up a little bit. Down he goes. Another sneak attack. We can, ooh, in caution, come up here. Got a roamer way over there. Not actually sure if that is who I'm in caution from. That was supposed to be a good shot. Missed them all. But again, I think there's only one way up, and it is right in front of me. Okay, so that was that roamer. But this is a little bit more tricky because they can come up this way and get to you a little bit quicker. Oh, got one up there. Yeah, everybody's just a basic ghoul. Good source of experience, though. It's just endless. Once they start spawning, they just keep on coming, it seems like. And I think we're having a little bit of a break now, to where might be able to do a little looting without worrying too crazy much. Just at least pick up all the stuff, and we'll take Sheila's holotape for now. We're not going to play it. Night vision, calibrated, powerful, not bad, and muffled, shadowed. Okay, that's 10-10, so that's a lighter duty combat arm. And I feel as though I had this issue before of where this cunning, for whatever reason, does not take shadowed, or does not take muffled, which I thought I might be able to just mod it on there, but that was not actually an option. So I'm not sure if that's just a little bit of a bug going on right now, or if that's designed that way. So yeah, little disappointing, because I would like to have muffled on at least one of my pieces, so I am a little bit more difficult to detect. Okay, you're down over there. Perfect, perfect. And I wouldn't mind making the way the rest of the way through. Tell you what, though, you hear the running in the water and not knowing exactly where they're at is very frightening. I'd probably be okay at... you're shuffling way over there. Okay. Can I get a line of sight on you from over here? No. I'd probably be okay to just drop down. But it'll be my luck if I drop down... Ooh, caution, caution. Caution from where? We know there's ghouls running around. There we go. Okay, stalker. So a little bit tougher, but with the adrenaline building up, things are looking a little bit better. And yeah, there's just always ghouls here. Ghouls, ghouls, and more ghouls. Into caution again. Where are you going to be coming from? As long as they don't come up from behind me, I should be all right. Just stop periodically. And you are down below. Perfect. Idiot Savant is triggering quite frequently. You gotta love it. But we do need to pick up the pace a little bit. With fatigue, we are going to start getting tired here soon, and there is a lot I want to do before I go face Kellogg. So we're just gonna keep on going. We will disarm those can chimes for the time being, and I think at this point we should be relatively safe. So we definitely know that there's going to be a few more in there, but at this point, should be safe to just press onward. And gonna be some radiation in a truck around the way, but the main thing, yep, caution. Okay, we got a roamer and just a regular feral ghoul. Got another feral. Do 3 shots. Don't worry about him. You should really go for the roamer in the trailer, but can't quite do that. 95. So we'll just take them one at a time. We don't have gun fu yet, so this will work out just fine. And from what I have seen for the most part, if there was a chance for a legendary, it would have been in this trailer here. That seems like that is the most likely scenario, but not this time, which, you know, that is quite all right. There is a little bit of loot, though, that I wouldn't mind to at least look for in here. We have, well, we have a tension trigger and makeshift bomb that we want to take care of. But there is this, so locked door, got a jet, Stimpack Radix, not bad. I don't like explosions going on outside, though. That I can do without. Nice little teddy bear there. And up ahead. Jeez. I don't think I missed, did I? But sure seems like there's a chain reaction going on over there. But right there, you got the Assaultron, so that is technically where Dogmeat's going to be meeting up, which kind of forgot that it was more trader-oriented. Maybe I do want to run up there, at least see what's going on. Don't need to actually go further than that, but Dogmeat can kind of teleport to us and meet up with us there. And yeah, just a couple exploding vehicles. No big deal. No big deal. We'll just double check, make sure nothing's going to be coming up on us. I do know that you can get some roaming, like super mutants, raiders, gunners, all of the like up in here. So,
lower your weapons immediately.
Okay, nothing too crazy. We're not actually going to deal with that Assaultron. We're going to kind of loop back a little bit how we came, only we're going to be heading... Let's actually put a custom marker on the map. So we are going to be going into this little bit of a roundabout, and I think that is... It's a trailer park of some kind, which, again, it is going to be more ghouls. And we don't actually want to walk down into Forest Grove, so I think we want to come up a little bit. Yeah, this is the road we're going to want to be taking. And just be mindful that we can get some random spawns coming in through here during the Kellogg search for Kellogg quest, and you know, there could be some ghouls that want to be running up towards us as well. So this is kind of the reason why I wanted to go at night. With our shadowed gear, we are a lot more stealthy, but yeah, there we go. The hidden bracket is going down quite a bit, so let's kind of huff it up higher. As boy, I did not like how close that was. I'm not liking that one bit. I know there's random spawns. Now I'm peckish. I'd like to get like Vat's eyes or human eyes on. Yep, that's me just smashing the Vats button. Can there be some down there? Is that where I'm remembering? I don't know, but we're not heading that way. We're gonna head up to kind of this next road. Okay. And we're getting close, so... Oh yeah, there's the sign. It is Fiddler's Green Trailer Park. So that is our next destination, as we want to clear out a little bit more. So I'm actually going to want to try to get a little bit more on the higher ground. I know it's right there, so if we can kind of go up to these rocks, or at least stay on the road here, we might have a decent sniping vantage point. And yeah, fatigue, I know that. I'd like to... those rocks look good. Make it a little tough for the ghouls to come get me if they happen to go a little haywire, and give me a good vantage point. Because, same thing, there's going to be more ghouls in here than you expect. Okay, so we got one right down there. Take him out. Normally one is by the pool. Is that a ghoul? If it was, I did not hit them. But we are in caution, so we might start to see some activity. That is a roamer. Terrible shot. Terrible shot. Yeah, we're getting a lot coming out now. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and another explosion. That should help thin them out a little bit. And, oh, you're in a trailer there. I think we... Well, I thought we had a shot at your leg. And I thought we might have had one for your arm, but nope. Ooh, you're actually running a little closer to me. Can you make it up to me? If you can. Uh-oh. How many shots did I line up? 2? Well, 2's all I needed. Got one in there. Is that your head? Yes, it is. Another one running right there. Where are you heading? You're actually making your way towards me pretty good. 71%. That's not great. Especially with this sniper. But did go down. Okay. I'm not actually certain how many ghouls got taken out with that explosion. We are not going to be done yet. And I think there is a guaranteed glowing one. Which, ooh, got a... Okay, just... You're laying in the grass over there. I think there's a guaranteed glowing one in here. Okay, that was one. You look pretty dead already, right? Yes. You do look pretty dead. Oh, another one. Boy, this is quite the shot. Got him. If you've been following... I heard gunfire. And explosions. Yeah, that's not what I want. If you have been following along with my runs, you know that my manual shots have come a long way. Just off of necessity. And... Oh, another... Okay. Just keep getting different angles. Can keep lining up different shots. And I swear there's a glowing one in there. Well, if there was, a silenced shot did not get them. going. But is that going to be the end? I think we got a frag grenade. Okay, how good is my aim? So, by throwing it about there, is that going to go in? Little short, but that might have actually got him. Yes, glowing one. Okay. Oh, that is... We're going to do a crit and follow up some torso shots. Crit in the head. Okay, cool. The crit did take him out. That one seemed tough. And now at this point, if there's anything left, it will probably be a little closer range and... yeah. Go from there, but... huh. No legendaries. That is beyond disappointing. I definitely would have expected a legendary here. Decent loot, I suppose. But the real thing, besides adrenaline, I really wanted a legendary. Okay, well, that's okay. And we're not done yet. Still got a little bit more, and I think that building is special locked. Gonna have, can't shoot through the fence. At least not well. I think that one is going to have a suit of power armor, which, yeah, we're not going to need that. Go ahead. Oh, come on, just grab the baseball. Oh, shoot. Fortunately, wild tarberry. That's not going to cut it. Ooh, a little more shuffle now. You're dead. You're dead, you're dead. So we've got 3 dead ones there. And it's raining. That probably means I'm gonna get sick. Hello, mini nuke. Ooh, military grade duct tape. The best of all duct tapes. And whiskey. Cool. This is well worth it coming here. Just for that. I think this was the one we sniped earlier, right? Yeah, just a roamer. And I think we just have to unlock the safe.
Got it.
Oh, idiot savant. And yeah, there we go. Fiddler's green trailer key. And oh, there's not another ghoul in here, is there? There could be, but I think this was the spot where the mines were. The brackets are shifting. Back away. Power armor. Not a full set. And we don't... boy, those brackets are getting close. Not even... a few 308. It's T60, but... yeah, that's not worth it to take. We'll take the fusion core. We're going to leave the 2 pieces of the T60. And we may as well go ahead and eat the noodle cup. 1 noodle cup to get hydrated. And probably 3 mutt chops. Yeah, 3 mutt chops to get properly fed. That just does not cut it all that well. Can get a glowing fungus. And where is the last ghoul? There's definitely another ghoul around here. Maybe in that better looking trailer? Sure might be. But, yeah. We're not going to worry about that. If there's one more in there, we're not going to worry. We got what we came for, and I think from here, if I remember right, probably can just climb these rocks. But way back in part 3, perhaps, or 4, I went to the Federal Reserve stockpile, or at least the Lonely Church, to take out Red Tourette and then also get the sneak magazine from inside there. And I forget who it was, but somebody suggested that I should have gone just a little bit further because more times than not, they have a legendary enemy in that first room that they have. So I think we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. Now they'll probably... Ooh. Oh, hello, Mr. Brute. Do you have friends? You have one friend that's hurt. Let's get a little stronger weapon. We don't need to fight. So got at least 3 in that building. We don't need to fight them. Can just drop down a little bit. Should be safe to just sneak on by them with our level of stealth. But as I was saying, they might be level locked from when I was in there way earlier on, but I was at least over level 6. So all in all, even if there's a legendary piece, you know, we are still rocking our cunning raider chest piece. So even if there's something like that, or a pipe weapon that has a decent legendary effect, you know, that might not be a bad idea. So now that we've avoided the super mutant, we can come on through here, and this is kind of fun if you're not doing a YOLO run. There's kind of a, like, I would call it a makeshift fireworks. You got all these tanks here, you just shoot the end. Allegedly they go flying up and explode, and if you do it at night it can look really cool. But with this being you only live once and every damage you take is with you for forever, I am not about to just chance it just off of trying to have a little bit of fun. And there's very much any chance of where it will go shooting up, go zoom around, and come right back in here, explode, and, you know, I might take like 50 points of damage. And believe it or not, I do not want to take damage. But that is kind of a good little safe area way station that you can check out. So that is fun. And I see body of water, and that's kind of where I want to go to next. And I'm gonna have to thread the needle just a little bit because, okay, something's up there because it just went boom. We got radiation crater thing there, don't need to deal with them. And frag mine, and okay, it was a raider scaver. Ooh boy, that game was close to wanting to freeze up there, so hopefully we can make it. And is it just one of you? Oh, that is laggy. I might have to just do an exit save and reload and see if that's any better. Hopefully that made a little bit of a difference. We shall certainly see. But that is not what you want on survival mode. But yeah, okay, so we got water there. I think that's going to be Mirelurks, and off to our right is actually going to be the Federal Reserve stockpile. Unless I'm in the wrong area of the map. Nope, that's the right area. I'm heading up to the Lonely Chapel. It is foggy, so a little hard to see. And yeah, okay, there's the chapel dead ahead. Don't see any Mirelurks coming out to say hi. That's okay with me. And okay, yeah, Here we go. We are coming up to the exit point of the Federal Reserve. Got a machine gun turret, which... manual shot would make the most sense. That is only 42%. So, manual shot it is. If we can take out a little bit just from the exterior, why not? With our stealth, they shouldn't see us. We're on top of rocks. We can run away. Be no problem whatsoever. And just slowly just pick them off. Attack dog, though, is a little bit more concerning, because once he knows where we're at, if he puts us into danger, everybody knows where I'm at. So that I do not want. We got, okay, Brahmin up top there. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Rat Steak Dough over there. That's fine too. I do not like their noises because it sounds vicious. But okay, detected. Yep, cool. So we can just go ahead and go back in the where we were at a while ago, and hopefully nothing has respawned down below, but looks like, I'm not sure if I actually took this brain fungus the first time. If I did, that has a regrown, so that might be good. That might not be good. All right, and close quarters. We're going to want regular combat. Make sure I'm on grenades in case I happen to want to throw one. And those brackets are shifting quite a bit. More than I would expect them to, because this first room should be cleared out. So one way to check. Red Tourette always would mosey back and forth. I don't see any shadows going. And I don't think we took out the other raider, actually. Now all of a sudden things are looking a little bit more steady. Although must have not grabbed the Nuka-Cola and, you know, the chems. Everything else has been looted, it looks like. So I think I took out, what, one turret, which would have been right there, and I think there's going to be another one around the corner. And then the question is, I must have actually cleared the other raider. This one I'm gonna do vat shots and explosion. Okay. Got some physics objects going on. Yep. Okay, calm down. It's fine. I just want to come back here and potentially get... Oh, let's get some duct tape and a flip lighter. That's what I want. Okay, so the next room is where people say that they have seen legendaries. So here goes nothing. There's going to be, I think, 2 people in the first room. That's what they had mentioned as well. Got a faster firing weapon. Got a psycho eating noodles. Okay. No idiot spot. Still hidden. There is one more in that room, right? Okay, there we are. And legendary. All right, perfect. This is what we want. Clean shot in the back. Down he goes. So thank you, comment section, whoever had mentioned that. That was just a basic legendary raider. But cross your fingers. All right. So We'll take the ammo. 10% chance to disarm melee attacker. Not worth it. But weight 3, value 75. We got the carry weight right now. We'll take it along with us. And, oh, you are carrying sharp knuckles. Fancy dancy. We'll pick those up too because why not? That's kind of fun. Now, I am actually tempted to press my luck a little bit more. I mean, they are carrying 308. Maybe we can... I think there's going to be 2 more raiders. I mean, there's decent generic loot. I don't think that's going to have any chance of hitting, right? Especially when it goes to 29. Oh, go on. Let's give it a go. All right, go back. May as well take this stuff. We might want to end up dropping it later on, but for now, we will pick it up. All right, got a machine gun turret, raider, and raider. Okay, just basic. Couple pot shots, couple pot shots. Let's do 3 and then back just in case. 65 should hit. I say should hit. Oh, you just have a knife. No big deal. And I kind of have a line of sight on the turret. Okay. So we're not going to go any further than that. We did get a legendary. So, you know, comment section. Well done to you guys. Appreciate it. Don't really have to go any further. I mean, there's a fair amount of just decent loot to sell, but really not to eat. So we're gonna have lots more stuff that we can pick up in Fort Hagen. So we have a little bit more to go. So I don't think we want to get weighed down. That stuff will always be there. We can always circle back one more time and try to get it. So I think we are safe to head back on out. Now that we are back outside, we can just go back kind of the exact same... I'm tired. Perfect. Kind of go back the exact same way that we had just gone. Head on up towards the nice little fireworks display station and thread the needle between the Mirelurks and the Raiders once again. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, it is broad daylight now, so may have slept a little bit too long, but I wouldn't mind picking another one off. But we are on a little bit more of a time crunch now that we are tired, so that is something I'm going to have to keep in mind and monitor. So we will very quickly just do some VAT scan as we go past, and other than that, this episode is getting a little bit longer than, at least for what I have left planned to do, but I would really like to get it done. So we are going to press on and get everything lined up to ready to deal with Kellogg. Well, now that we are back out here, I think it is probably going to be worthwhile to take just a Nuka free, get that caffeine. Don't think we're gonna be able to hold it off for forever with our tiredness, but I do kind of want to just postpone it as much as possible, because look at that. On our little adrenaline boosting run, we are now at plus 40%, so very soon we will be maxed out. But that fatigue requiring frequent sleep is really starting to do a number on me, and I'm really sick of having fatigue and parasites both. Ooh, a little chest down there. Nope, don't get distracted. Just press on, keep doing what you're planning on doing, which I think, oh, peckish now, of course. If it's not one thing, it is the next. I think we can. Okay, we got just a... Oh, let's get a little bit better area. We can, yeah, detected. They're not coming at me yet. If we go up on here, looks like there's 3 of them. Wild mongrel, wild mongrel, wild mongrel. 2 shots for all of them. And none of these are legendary either. Tree, thought that might happen. But we have enough shots left in the tank to take him out. And he flings up right by us. Very nice. Might actually have to get that cooked up before too long anyway. Just to deal with those bloody parasites. Relay tower taken care of. And do have to be a little mindful. There could be those super mutants still, or, you know, raiders down there. Which, don't get distracted, Tim. You just were talking about this. Don't get distracted. Do a workaround. All you need to do is just make it to Fort Hagen, which you're basically already there anyway. You don't need to take out every raider, even though it is oh so tempting. Just be aware that they're there. Kind of sleuth in the shadows just a little bit. Yeah, okay. Scaver. Oh, Ricky Dalton. What are you doing next to the raiders? Have you... Seriously. Did you join up the raiders? That is just... The railroad are just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to get informants for them. If they just want to take raiders, that is for shame. For shame. And okay. Supposed to be turrets up there, right? Don't need a stew pot. An injured radstag doe that's on the move. Okay, what is chasing? Must mean something's chasing them, right? Doesn't appear to be. Okay, there's a turret. And we are fully up on our crits again. Can just take it out manually. Don't you shoot at me. You can just explode. So the turrets are still there. That's good. I guess that the game hasn't broken. But less good that they might potentially shoot at me. But ooh. Oh, it's a turret. It's a turret. It's a turret. And I'm tired already. Man, that did not last long. That Nuka-Cola I drank literally like, what, 3 minutes ago? I think we're just going to have to roll with it, and when it gets to red, start dealing with it at that point. But that turret found me way too easy. Okay. Man, they're both injured, and why are you running? What is chasing you? And okay, there's the turret. Explode you. Don't need you. And I don't want you running around. And, of course, you just bumped into a car, and I missed again. Remember when I had said I'm getting better at manually shooting? Yeah, I don't remember saying that. You're hung up. You can go down. Black bloatfly. Were you the one trying to inflict damage? Maybe. I should really go grab that meat, though. Radstag meat is the best meat in my book because you get that plus 25 carry capacity. Oh, pick up 2 of those. I think we're actually running low on them anyway. Gonna be a few more turrets on Fort Hagen itself, but we don't need to worry about them at this moment. And again, I was actually hoping it was going to be nighttime when we were here, because this is a little too out in the open. One black bloatfly down. Because what I want to do is go to this lovely blood clinic. 44% shot. If you're gonna just stay still, take you out. Blood hatchling. Can't get a good shot right here. And to my mind, the best way to deal with this building, there's so many different bugs and everything. Just walk around on the exterior. There's going to be, well, these two bloatflies, going to be one more in the back, and just walk around the outside, and you might be able to take out pretty much everything without actually stepping foot in the building itself. And that is going to be far and away. Oh, hello there. We'll take you both down. It's going to be far and away the safest way to deal with the bugs inside, because there's blood bugs, there's stingwings, there are bloatflies, and ooh, you were actual radstag. And you were one that was ready to go to the store with some money in hand. But back to the blood clinic. Gonna be a surgical journal inside, which is the main reason why we want to stop here. And not to mention, this should top us up on adrenaline to take us over the top up to 50%. But we gotta move a little bit quicker just because we are dealing with tiredness. That's the room we're eventually going to want to go into. That should take care of the exterior defense of bloatflies. Greater Mass Blood Clinic. Okay. Random scaver. Ooh, with Coast Guard hat, but more importantly, tarberry. We like tarberries here. And, you know, it says that I have completed my mission of following dog meat, so that's good. And hello there. Take you down. Caution. Ooh, ooh. Nope, not your... Nope, nope. Nope, not your head. Your torso. We can take you out one shot in the torso. Down you go, and hidden again. I think that's the stairs I'm going to want to go up. But just off of the abundance of caution, just... Ooh. Take you down as well. And honestly, there are going to be some up top. They can be a little bit on the tough side. And there's a nice opening right there, which they might show themselves. But we have Molotov cocktails. Hey, that got one. Got us into caution. That's what we want. Stir them up a little bit. So might get some fire damage on one over time. And that bloatfly is going the wrong way. Over here. Over here, bro. And again, switch back over to regular fragmentation grenades. Okay, frag mine right there. Oh, that's actually... That's less ideal. Because eventually they're going to want to come back, right? Oh, and a bottle cap mine. Oh, that's right. There's bottle cap mines around here. We'll take that frag mine right now. Maybe. Now that is a sneaky mine. If you were playing a no VATS run, there wouldn't be a chance you'd ever see that. Okay. Now, killed one. One went away. Should leave just one more up here. Bloatfly down. And perfect. Okay. Nothing, at least, in this immediate vicinity, which, again, no legendaries right here, which is a little bit on the unfortunate side. We have a blood clinically, and looks like we had killed a little blood bug over here. So, basically, the main thing we're going to want to do is get into that room to get the surgical journal. But before we can do that, just drop down here. We can see another blood clinically. Can open up the door, and yeah, this is the room I was saying you'd want to go into. So just come in here, take out the monkey because the monkeys are annoying. And didn't mean to take that. I wanted the surgical tray. And flip lighter, yes. Yes, please. So all you got to do is... Ooh. He's back. Oh boy. I don't like that. Mission has changed. Find the bloatfly that came back. Let's go up the same way I just was at. Or at least loop around the outside. That is one downside to just scaring them away. Is they might not be where you want them to be. Pipe rifle. Don't need that either. Okay, bottle cap mine. Just loop around the outside again. Did you go back up to your normal starting location? Wait, I saw. Sorry about yelling into the mic. I didn't take damage though. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just take a year off of my life. No big deal. That is not what you want. But this is what you want.
Got it.
And then you just got to do the blood test protocol. Get your blood clinic password. And honestly, you wouldn't have to go down the stairs, but we are. We are absolutely going to go down the stairs and overtired. We got to pick up the pace. We got to hustle. We got to go because we have to make it to Kellogg, and Fort Hagen is a relatively large dungeon. Here we go. Psycho blood pack. And let's save. Bunch more decent ammo. Decent. Just everything. Decent. And just, yeah, you look at all this stuff. This is all great. Surgical trait, great. More brain fungus. Great. But most of all, the surgical journal. Permanently inflict plus 2% limb damage. That is what we want. And not to mention a few more blood packs back here. So, okay. The thing is, we want to hustle. The other thing is, we're also tired. So, and we're overtired now at this point. So that is less than ideal. I guess we're going to take another Nuka-Cola at this point because we're going to want the AP for this little scenario here. But going forward, I'm not sure if I'm going to have to sleep and eliminate all of the... might have to sleep and eliminate all of my tiredness because of the blasted fatigue. But we are hungry and thirsty, so do another noodle cup, properly hydrated, and may as well clean out these mutt chops to get properly fed. And let's go to our most powerful weapon we got. This is where things can start to get interesting because basic bloatfly, but you can't actually throw or shoot through there. And there's going to be a higher level in here. I don't think it's worthwhile to try to crit that one. So we'll open the door. Infected blood bug. We're just going to crit that one. Down they go. Back off. Okay. Go to a basic gun. Just back all the way back. They come around the corner. We will be fine to shoot them up. And back to hidden. Okay, so there's going to be at least one bloatfly. And one other. See them through that door just a little bit. This is just too tight of quarters for my liking. Are you going to patrol in front? Sooner the better. And just a hatchling who I decided obviously to miss once. And here comes the bloatfly looking the wrong way. Down they go. Ooh, still in caution. Oh, ledgering, festering. Okay, crit. Down to one crit, but that was enough for a level up. And level 33 is, you know, we know exactly what we want to do with that. As we had mentioned, we can go right into Ninja rank 3, get that sneak attack up to 3.5, which maybe with being able to hit that level up, maybe that is going to allow us to sleep and still deal enough damage. So that is one thing we'll have to keep in mind. And it should be safe in here. But I am a little hesitant to put on my hazmat suit. Just because it takes off all damage except for radiation. But over there, lots of radiation barrels. So if I hug along here, I think I'm okay. But which one of you... Alright. That's fun. A relentless flamer. Weighs a lot, but also has a lot of value to it. We'll pick it up for now, but that's a weapon we're not going to be wanting to do. But refill your action point on a critical hit. That's great. If I was doing like a heavy gunner, this would actually be a really good weapon if I was doing a VATS build, I guess, too, with heavy weapons. But yeah, again, we'll take it. That's kind of fun. It is, you know, at least a legendary. And take the duct tape, and we'll get the nice physics object going, but we're going to be getting the nice triumphant music here, which feels so good. Which, I mean, it is pretty good. A lot of blood packs, some some drugs. Not phenomenal, but not the worst chest in the world. Steamer trunk. So I guess, you know, all in all, decent to sell. Rad-X, you know, more blood packs, but it could be better.
Nice.
And there we go. Yeah, that's actually a decent chem stash. So things are actually already starting to look a little bit better, I suppose. But all these blood packs, yeah, we'll sell them, but we're not going to have really any more use for them. And aluminum canisters are just going to be too heavy to carry along. One more blood clinic Clee. And if we wanted a syringer, this is a guaranteed one here, but I don't think we're going to want a syringer. Just the rate of which they actually are effective and work is kind of hit and miss, and in a YOLO run, you don't want it to be hit and miss. Back in the armor, and back to overtired. So this is where we're gonna call it apart here. We are nice and close to Fort Hagen, which just don't get twisted around. Nice and close to Fort Hagen, and we do need to deal with Kellogg. We made some decent progress getting a... Don't hop up on a car. You're gonna probably end up physics yourself to death. So next time we absolutely are going to go and take Fort Hagen, but before we do that, we are going to need to take a little bit of a ponder and question for what's the proper way to deal with it. There is a proper bed down below in the parking garage that we might need to visit, although sleeping 7 hours is going to fully eliminate all of our adrenaline, which I'm going to want as much adrenaline as possible when dealing with all the synths inside and also dealing with Kellogg. So that is going to be a little bit interesting, but thanks for joining and thanks for watching. And as always, thanks for your support, and I hope you have enjoyed. And oh, Dog Meat's there. I have officially followed him. That's right. So right out front, Fort Hagen, this is where we are going to call it apart here. So once again, thanks for watching and thanks for joining. And until next time, powering off.